we within our, the Klasko immigration practice has certainly noticed that these are boom times. We're all very, very busy with all types of EB-5 work. And that raises all kinds of different issues that we come across that we advise our clients on. And so we decided that it would be a good idea that each month we will publish a different blog on a different topic regarding some of the hot issues in EB-5. And so I decided the first blog was going to be why EB-5 is better. Better than it was before, better than anything else, better than ever, however you want to complete the sentence. And in deciding to do this blog, I said, well, all right, well, yes, we are in the boom times, but why? And I came up with about 8 or 9 different reasons why EB-5 is better now. And that's what we're going to talk about. So the first thing I came up with is that we finally have a long-term extension of the regional center program. If there's one specific provision in the RIA that I think has had as much or more to do with the boom time for investors, it probably isn't what I would have thought when I first looked at the law, but what it is the provision for concurrent adjustment. So one of the things that we lobbied hard for and got in the RIA is that EB-5 should be treated the same as the other categories. And in fact, it is now, so that assuming the quota is current, you can apply the 526 or 526E and the 485 at the same time. Now, what this means is it opens up the ability at the same time to file for employment authorization and hopefully get that within 3 or 4 months, and also file for a travel document that allows you to travel in and out of the country while this is going on. So my advice to all investors is that before you plan on a strategy of getting a B1, B2, coming to the U.S. and applying for adjustment of status, have a very serious and careful conversation with an experienced EB-5 immigration lawyer who's been through this, and then make your decision. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about on my list of reasons why EB-5 is better now is something called 245K. And what it says is that not only are we going to allow concurrent adjustment, which normally requires you to be in legal status when you file for adjustment, but we're also going to say that, well, if you've been out of legal status, but for less than 180 days, we'll still allow you to apply for adjustment of status. The next thing I listed, which is actually the core of the RIA, is investor protections. Now that ties in a little bit to the next thing on my list, which is the good faith investor provisions within the Reform and Integrity Act. The RIA says if the regional center is terminated, you can affiliate with a different regional center within 180 days and your EB-5 case can move forward. And it says that if there's a problem with a project and the project is debarred, then the investors can, if there's any money left, take whatever money is left and invest it in another project that's going to create the jobs, and their case can go forward. There's only one problem, and that is, as we sit here 2 years after the RIA came into effect, the USCIS has not yet come up with rules or procedures for debarment. However, a short time ago, the Immigration Service posted on its website and issued a memo and said, well, we interpret the RIA to say that it is not necessary for investors to sustain their investment for the 2 years of conditional resident, but only for a total of 2 years after you make your investment, even if your EB-5 petition isn't approved yet, even if you haven't gotten a conditional green card, even if you haven't filed an 829, you can get your money back.
And I think that with certainty of fast processing times, the concurrent filing, of having fast results on the rural set-asides, of all of those different things, I'd say that that is my main takeaway of why the program's gotten so successful over the last year.
And I guess to kind of wrap that up, I would just say that in general, all of these changes implemented by the RIA, they generally increase transparency and reduce transactional cost, which is good.